rocket, you say?
You guys are gonna hear the amazing music. I won't. I also gotta remember how the jetpack controls work in this game.
And you can also hear me scratching my chin, which I found out when I watched the episode. I just heard us going.
A whole bunch of scratching.
I'm like, oh god, that's horrific.
No more of that, please. Okay, so do the triggers work? They do work.
There we go.
Oh.
There he missed.
Gotta go back.
People hate jetpacks in this
I
game,
don't mind
they?
the jetpack levels.
Yeah. Crash 2 was good up until it turned into a jetpack simulator.
Oh.
Can you imagine being a little kid playing this on a small CRT and thinking those are floating wumpers? You just run into them and you die.
I actually can't imagine that.
If you have like a low resolution CRT like television.
CTR TV?
Yeah, a CRT rather. Just running into those things. Oh look, it's rotating wumpers.
Alright. Well, I like how the ash.
Oh my god, that's brutal.
Slowly floats away.
Instead of just dissolving into a pile. Get it.
Oh, there we go.
It was stuck on some geometry.
It's happening a lot.
It's almost
What?
as if
No,
it's an
no.
early 3D platform.
Get back. There we go. Alright, this is where I...
How is Crash controlling it? He's not holding any buttons. Is he using his mind powers?
Oh, come on.
Get out of there.
There
There we go.
Okay.
Got to wedge right into that corner. Those screams.
The lab assistant screams.
Please. Hello, Gordon.
Not this again.
Fine day for parachuting.
Parachuting?
I've got a jetpack on, but a parachute just in case.
In case what?
In case artificial gravity turns on and I fall all the way down this thing.
Oh no, what if you fall all the way to the...
No, like, I
the
mean...
floor?
I mean, it's go. Imagine if it went like that way.
Also, there's a...
Oh, look, there it is. Like, or it like tips over, and then you start falling down it.
Oh yeah, we should, I did want to talk about, this briefly. So, the bosses in this game, they're not sent by Cortex, they're sent by Brio to try and, stop Crash from getting the crystals for Cortex. Yet, despite that, Engine is the fourth boss, who very much works for Cortex. And there's a lot of, you know, why is that? Why? Doesn't make sense. My thing for a long time was it was Crash mistaking Engine for one of Brio's cronies. Like, he just gets real confused and thinks, oh, this guy must be working with Brio. But I think I have a different theory now. See, if you notice, 4 out of the 5 levels in the last hub exist on space stations with the letter N plastered all over them.
Yeah.
So it's implied that Cortex has the last 4 crystals already. My theory is that because that would mean there's only 1 crystal left for Cortex to grab, he just sends Engine to kill Crash because his job's done, and then he's going to get the last crystal on his own. But because Crash ends up killing Engine, or not killing Engine, but defeating Engine, he has to save face and be like, "Ah, what did you do, Crash? You fool, you idiot. Go get the last crystals, Crash." And then he has to let Crash get all the crystals. Oh! That's my headcanon anyway. That probably isn't the case. It's probably just a case of an oversight, but...
Yeah.
I've tried to explain away the plot hole of the developers of this game.
Probably didn't care about the plot.
Well, it's an early 3D platformer, I wouldn't either.
Yeah. Get out of here.
I was also thinking about because I've played this 100% so much, like there are whole areas of this game that are just unknown to me at this point. Like in the last level, how I go a certain way to get the boxes, then backtrack back to the in Piston and Away, the 2 levels ago. When I go a certain way through the level, then backtrack to get the death platform. I don't think I have any memory of what lies behind that last box before I start backtracking. It's just I just don't know what's behind there. Whereas like if a casual playthrough of this game would be very unfamiliar with all the 100% routing. and all the death routes and the gem platforms and all that stuff. I just find that interesting how selective memory works like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's the same thing for why people believe in things like the Mandela effect and things like that.
Okay. I was going to say, be very careful here. It's also why people believe in things like gravity.
No, it's like how human memory is so easily corruptible.
All right, come on. I saw a study where they asked people where they were. I think it was in Hiroshima. And people talked about having like vivid memories of the mushroom cloud and all that stuff. But then it was later proven that they were nowhere near the bomb site when it happened. And one of them was in fact like in a school like kilometers away, hundreds of kilometers away. And that's another aspect of selective memory because it wasn't like they were lying. They just had a very vivid memory because of like when they'd studied it, when they'd heard about it in school that day and been told all about it and been watching like newsreel footage and that, and over time that forms an impression in your mind. And even though you're not trying to like deceive yourself or anything, your memory just fabricates that thing. And I just find that kind of stuff so interesting because that to me is why a lot of arguments and stuff happen. It's because like your memory is telling you one thing, but something else happens. So when you get into an argument with someone saying, "No, this happened. No, you said this," it's just selective memory. It's just I don't know. The human brain is an idiot. Why can't it just remember what happened?
Well, it's like I'm not sure who came up with the phrase, but a British YouTuber called Tom Scott said
Tom Scott or
Tom Scott,
not Tom Scar.
No, not Tom Scott. That's a different British YouTuber. Tom Scott said you should always believe in as he said, cock up before conspiracy.
The what?
Cock up before conspiracy.
Cock up.
Like,
I believe it was a mistake before it was
malice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, that doesn't seem to be the mindset of the general populace.
The general population, which I am much more superior to.
I rise above the echelons
I am above the fools that writhe in the streets below.
Rise above the echelons of common society to exist above.
To live above the common people.
2 levels left.
Wow.
And one's going to be another very short jetpack
Do you think you can beat this in 10 minutes?
I don't want to put these speedrun stipulations on myself again.
Well, you just said that it's going to take about an hour.
Yeah, but the first like 10 minutes of this we're getting back to the point and
okay, well then you have 20 minutes.
It's going to largely depend on how much I die in Spaced Out specifically. Like this level I don't think I should have too many problems with, but the level after this is what's going to be the clincher.
The clincher. I love my clinch chairs. They're very comfortable.
Something just reminded me then of the way we were just talking just a few minutes ago with the like echelons and stuff. Do you want to use this moment to vent about the fact that our family bully us for using big words?
I mean, I don't really care about it too much, but
I don't care either, but like just for fun. And now that I've mentioned it, I don't want to leave the audience hanging.
Yeah.
So
well, it's not everyone. It's just that.
Well, let's
explain.
Let's give context. So
yeah.
For those of you who are listening to this, as I imagine many of you who are watching this are. See, that was a good example of a way of phrasing that.
Yeah.
Me and my brother, we're not the smartest people in the world, but we're well spoken.
Yeah, we like to think so.
We use a lot of big words.
We're very intelligent.
Yeah, rather than using a lot of small words, we'd rather use fewer big words. I think that's a good way of phrasing it.
Well, it's a way of showing. In a way, I like to think it's our way of showing appreciation for being given a pretty decent education. You know, sort of thing.
I guess I don't think I have that mentality. For me, it's just I like to use those words because it's how.
Right.
I'd rather use like if there's one word that will encapsulate many, I'd rather use the one.
Yeah.
Because I tend to fumble over my words, as you guys probably are hearing.
Yeah.
And the more words there are, the more likely I am to stumble and stutter and all that stuff. But as a result, it's meant that oftentimes, especially when we're trying to argue a case,
yeah,
we use the big words, and then everyone just goes, "Oh, look at you, you snobby," like
using big words.
Using big words to try and make yourself sound smarter. It's like I'm not trying to. That's just the way I speak, man.
It's just the way I speak.
Stop
dude.
bullying me.
Come on, dude. It's the way I speak.
No bully.
You're a bad person. Don't bully me because I use big words. Okay.
Don't hate me because I'm beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh boy. That's a doorbell.
That is a doorbell. Well, I need to get that.
Potentially. What time is it? Yeah, you might need to get that.
I'll be right back. Keep talking to people.
So you once again get the segment where I provide solo commentary.
Yes.
It's becoming a tradition. It's our sister getting home from school. Because we still have, out of the 5 of us, only one of us still attends secondary education. The rest of us have outgrown it. And not in the sense that we see ourselves as better than it. Oh, the timing on that was perfect. The cycles in this death route, oh no, not death route, color gem route. They're so much better than the trilogy. Ah, flippin' hell.
I'm back.
You're back. So the cycles in that color gem route, they tend to get very out of sync in Insane, and that's one of the things that this game does better. In general, I prefer the remake trilogy, but I can acknowledge the things that aren't so great about it. I just see them more as nitpicks than genuine problems.
Yeah. I mean, speaking of the remake trilogy,
Yeah.
I was testing it out on this computer.
Oh yeah.
And the port's not great.
I heard the PC version was the optimal way to play it.
It is if you can get the refresh rate working properly.
Oh.
Because the problem is, I have a high refresh rate monitor. For those who don't know what that is exactly, it basically means that sorry, I'm a bit winded from going downstairs.
Ran down and up the stairs.
I've been doing a lot of exercise.
I've been
okay?
doing my cardio.
I walked downstairs and came back up. It took a lot out of me. But yeah, a high refresh rate monitor basically means that more images can be displayed on the screen in 1 second than say a 60 hertz monitor, which basically means that it can display the screen refreshes 60 times a second. And in my case, I have a 144 hertz rate refresh rate monitor, which means it updates 144 times per second. And that means that if you can play games at high frame rates, they'll look better because the screen rather can display more of those frames. The problem is the Insane Trilogy on PC doesn't like playing nice with high refresh rates.
Oh dear.
And sometimes it can drop the frame rate to like 15.
15.
Yeah, if you've got a really unfortunate configuration.
Yikes.
In my case, I could only get it to work at like either 36 or 48 frames.
That's still more frames than are available in the console versions.
It's not great. I can get it to work with 65. And the thing is, I've used the Insane Trilogy PC port in the past, and I've managed to get it running at 144.
On this computer?
On this computer.
Well.
I don't know what changed.
Did you try it with OBS? Is that
part? No, I was just trying.
You were just playing it.
I was just testing it out.
Okay.
To see if it worked. And it was just locked at 65, which again is playable.
It's very playable. But again, it's higher frame rate than I currently can play it on Switch.
I'm just frustrated that I know I can run it at a higher frame rate, but
you've seen it.
I've seen it. I've done it. I just don't know why it's not working now. I've tried using like a mod that allows you to use higher refresh rates, but it looks promising because when the game boots up, it says like 300 frames. And I'm like, hell yeah! And then it goes into the game and it's like 65. I'm like, god damn it. I've tried tweaking everything I can. I've tried turning off vertical sync. I've tried forcing it through the control panel. I've tried tweaking the mod's configuration file so that instead of being 0, which just means highest refresh rate possible, I'm set to 144. I'm getting too technical now, but the point is I've tried a lot of things, hasn't worked, which is annoying.
Get rid of this damn checkpoint.
The Spyro port is good though.
Spyro port.
The Spyro Reignited Trilogy PC port is quite good.
I've only ever played one. No, I was about to say I've only ever played one Spyro game. That's not true. But it might as well be because the second one I've ever played is Enter the Dragonfly. So yeah, the only Spyro game I've played is Spyro 1. Oh, god damn these guys.
They're really good at that.
Yeah, so Spyro 1, which we've owned as long as we have owned a PlayStation, I believe.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying yes. I don't know for sure.
I don't know if we got
it.
it later on or not. I don't think we did.
It seems about right.
Yeah. But I think it was only last year that I actually completed it for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And that was because at the time my stupid kid brain was like, why isn't this a linear platformer? This should be a linear platformer.
Why can I go anywhere I want?
Why is it open world? I don't like this. It's too confusing for my stupid kid brain.
It's not even open world.
Oh, this distinction again.
It's not though.
Oh, come on.
But yeah, I get what you mean. It's like,
yeah, at the time I would have preferred. I don't know. I liked Spyro when I played it, but I was always more.
It was much more our sister's thing, I would say.
I don't even know if it was that, because it was we've mentioned in this marathon that when we first had a computer with the internet, we were only allowed on it for an hour a day. The same was true for gaming. We were only allowed on the PlayStation for an hour a day, but we were limited to weekends even with that restriction. So when you only have an hour to play a game, you just want to play your favorite game.
Right. You don't want to risk trying something new in case it just wastes the hour, if it's bad.
Well, at the time as well, I was get that. I was I know what I'm trying to say.
There's a lot of tension in the room.
I hadn't quite worked out how to optimally complete the Crash games.
Ooh.
Come on. I hadn't worked out how to like the best path through the levels and like even how to beat all the levels. At the time, I hadn't completed any of the Crash games. I think this may have also been before we knew how to use a memory card. Like we had them, but we just never loaded any games. I was like, all right, new game. So I was always just trying to play and get better at Crash rather than.
Right.
Okay, well that didn't happen last time.
Come
on, we're so close. This is the last level.
Speaking of the old computer.
Hang on, just before you move on. My point is, at some point I want to play the rest of the Spyro games I haven't played. And that's, I think I mentioned in the previous game of the marathon that that's a big part of why I'm doing gaming content again. It's to play games I haven't played before and actually have a reason to.
Incentive.
Or an incentive to. Something to get me off my butt and doing it. That's also why I was doing movie reviews for a long time.
I like you say,
fuck off.
I like you say get off your butt and do it while sitting down to play
Exactly,
games.
yeah. It's also why I was doing movie reviews for a long time, because it actually made me watch movies I'd never seen before.
I would say that's kind of true to an extent for me for a while, but then like it just got more of a hassle and more of a barrier for me to watch new stuff.
Oh, come on.
Because I was thinking, oh, I'm gonna have to write a review for this sort of thing.
That's sort of why I haven't done any this year. Because for the last 3 years, I've been doing a lot of reviews. Especially last year, I did a thing where on each of my friends' birthdays, I had them request a movie for me to watch. And I'm glad I did that, because I saw some things that I never would have seen otherwise.
Yeah. I still have hang-ups about what do you think about Vertigo.
It's just not for me. You're very much into...
I like anything, for the most part.
Well, you're very much into...
I like all the stuff.
Classic cinema. Oh, fuck, my goodness!
Yeah.
What's going on?
You're bad, that's what's going on.
Yeah, whereas I think that classic movies see their age more than you do.
You see the... Oh, okay. You see the age of them more?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, for me, it's less... Like, for you, it's like, oh, it was amazing they were able to do this at the time. And with me, it looks better nowadays, is what I'm talking about.
It's not even that. It's just like... I'm just... Like, this goes for any media or any literature. I don't really care what genre it is or what time it came out in. I'll give it a go if I'm interested in it. Like, there's no, like in music, like, I'm not a particular fan of country, but I do like some country songs. And I'm not going to outright say, no, fuck country for the rest of my life, you know?
Finally. That took way too long. Just entirely too long.
It's also useful having a grandma who also likes that old stuff. So that's a common interest I have with her.
Come on. I just want it to be done. We're so close to the end.
By my estimate, you have another 10 minutes to beat the game.
Ah, that'll be easy. took me too long to figure out you could spin those things. Once you learn to spin those things, they're nowhere near as much of a challenge. If you don't know you can spin them, those are nightmare. Especially this section here. Like, this looks very imposing. And it's the final platforming challenge of the game until you realize you can just do that. And it's easy.
Final platforming challenge.
Because you gotta think, okay, so I gotta jump over it, but I don't have much room and all that blah blah. Alright, that's every crystal, every gem. There's only one challenge to go.
Basically 100%.
Beat the final boss fight.
Hey, quickly save.
As long as it's recorded.
You never know.
I do know.
What if it crashes? What if Crashy crash?
I mean, I really wanted to end on 99 lives. Doesn't look like that's gonna happen now. Put those headphones on. So you can listen to the plot happen. This big Shyamalan plot twist.
That nobody saw coming.
Engine? What's happening? What's that? Is he stealing our signal?
Oh no.
Crash! Cortex isn't going to use the crystals to contain the planet's energy. He's going to harness the force and use the power of the super cortex vortex he has built at the space station. The blast of the ray will cover the entire world, turning everyone into Cortex's mindless slaves.
Oh my god.
That sounds really bad.
What?
He's coming
Real
Coco
horse.
was great.
Yes.
Coco was like, don't let him get the crystal.
Don't let him get the crystal. The signal was fading out.
Yeah.
Interruption. Correct.
So yeah, I've put the audio into the headphones just so we made sure it wouldn't come up on the mic. But
Alrighty. And we won't be able to unless you put the headphones back on.
Yeah.
But this Cortex theme has the same light motifs from the first Cortex boss theme from the first game. And, excitingly, those motifs are coming back when in the gameplay levels for Cortex and Crash 4. I'm so happy at that, because the motifs are amazing.
well, I'm happy you're happy.
When I heard that music, I was very excited. I was maybe too excited, but I don't care. I love the Cortex boss music in the original trilogy. Get out of here.
What's a way you think they could improve the boss fight if they
In this
if they had
game,
a chance
have Cortex fire back at you.
instead of just fly away?
Yeah, instead of just fly away, have him actually shoot his gun, which he's used in both the other trilogies' Cortex fights. No, come on. And like, yeah, just have it be.
Have him be more dynamic than
Yeah,
just run
exactly.
away.
That said, he probably will get away because I can't find a place to get him. No,
There. Oh, he stopped for you. How gracious. Get him.
yeah. See, look, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. Oh, did I get him?
I think. Oh no, he's still got a hit point.
Damn
He
it!
leaves.
I think I hit him. I don't know what happened there. See, there's very specific places you can hit him. It's not standardized. Like there's only specific moments where you can actually get to him. Every other time, he's just too far away for you to get. And like if you miss those opportunities, you're out of luck. That's the reason I found this boss fight so difficult as a kid. That moment there is one where you should be able to get him. I just didn't. There's the third.
There we go.
That should be the third one. Now I got to find a place to hit him.
Again.
God, will there be a single game in this marathon where I don't die to a boss I shouldn't?
Technically, you didn't die. You just got the bad ending. Cortex got away.
He turned everyone into a slave. Cortex brought back slavery. Lincoln rolls in his grave.
Damn you, Crash Bandicoot. Why couldn't you defeat?
There we go.
Why couldn't you defeat? I mean, that's Kennedy, but whatever. I can do.
Oh, you were. I thought you were saying it was Kennedy that got rid of slavery. That late?
I was just doing a bad Kennedy impression.
You sound like Mayor Quimby.
Because Mayor Quimby is a parody of Kennedy.
I'm aware.
Still up there.
So in the 80% ending, they wonder what happened to Cortex, and they notice that his machine is still active in the sky.
And maybe we should take care of that.
We should do something about that. And then in the 100% ending, when you get all the gems, which we'll see.
Oh look, Naughty Dog was behind
Naughty
it
Dog
all.
logo. Naughty Dog sponsored Cortex. So in the last game when I was like, Cortex is a freelancer. He's not a company. Turns out he's part of the Naughty Dog company.
Yeah.
Naughty Dog are the villains of their own story.
Yeah. Oh, Joe Labia too.
That doesn't say Lady. Morgan came back. I just noticed that.
Oh, there's
then.
Joe Pearson. Oh, there's Mark Cerny.
Jackie Ivanovich.
Jackie Ivanovich.
So there's significantly more names in the Crash 2 and 3 credits, so we'll probably be here a bit longer, but
Yeah.
we'll do the 100% ending, and then I'll do my thoughts on this game, which we should have done at the end of the last game, and I tried to do. I was editing that back, and I said, so what are your thoughts on this game, having sat through it? And you said, I don't know, and then you went back to reading the credits, which distracted me from doing my thoughts on the game.
Well, it's hard for me to pass judgment on a game without playing it.
That's true. You should play these games at some point.
I should. Man. Oh, dude, Swarmy, is it 0600?
There was a robot.
I love him. Or them. Or her. Or
it.
it. Whatever they are.
Or Gooboy.
Oh, David Bowie. He's my
right.
favorite associate producer.
You just looked over me assuming there was a dog.
There must be.
Imagine your personal pronoun being good boy.
Good boy. Hey, James, good boy. Oh, you're so cute.
Good boy, yes you are.
Good. Charles Zebramness.
Zembilas.
Sound designed by Universal Studios. What are they doing here?
Oh, okay, we're not thinking the same thing then.
Oh, Clancy Brown. We know that name.
Brendan O'Brien back from the first game.
Clancy
Vicky
Brown,
Winters.
famously Mr. Krabs, and in a recent
That one general from the first season of The Flash as well.
yeah. Also, he was the
The guy in
Detroit
Detroit Become Human. I was gonna say Beyond Two Souls. I was like, that's not right.
That was Willem Dafoe
That was Willem Dafoe.
and Ellen Page.
That's a sad story.
What is a sad story?
David Cage rendered a fully nude model of Ellen Page without her knowing about it.
Yeah,
And it wasn't included in the final game, but it was in the codes and all that stuff, and
it was in the codes.
it's very scummy. Like, my friend has a big hatred for David Cage, and just a massive one. Like, it goes beyond not finding the games particularly fun, just a seething anger for David Cage and all the scummy things he's done.
David Cage.
But that's for another day.
Here comes.
We're not gonna have time to get into it in the maybe 2 minutes that are left in this episode. So basically, Brio says, for you who wasn't listening, why weren't you listening?
Wow,
He says, "You got the gems. Now I can destroy the space station. Let me warp you to my laser facility, and we can do the thing." So this is what we're doing.
Am I going up?
Yep. Don't even have to redo the boss fight.
Wow, gems.
All the gems, in fact.
Look at them all. Man, this is really taxing the PS1. Alright, let's blow this motherfucker away.
We are ready, Crash. Would you like to do the...
Look at Coco, fucking dead eyes.
Frozen. Oh, there she is.
Oh, there we go.
So Crash fires off the laser.
And kablammy.
Bang. Cortex is defeated.
Probably this time.
Until the next game.
It's a 100% ending that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. In a correct order.
Alright, now I'll do my thoughts on this game.
Okay. I don't know.
Look, it's still my favorite to play. It's still my favorite from a gameplay perspective, but I don't know. Like, all the troubles we've had getting this game up have really tainted my enjoyment.
I was gonna say, has this session
Look.
tainted your
Now that I know
love
that it
for
was the
game?
console's fault and not the game itself,
Yeah.
I'm more for. It was never the
Connie Booth.
game's fault, just the disc that we got. But even still, like, the amount of troubles they've had in my lifetime with this game trying to get it to work.
Yeah, Naughty Dog planned that.
Naughty Dog specifically planned that, yeah. They said, hey, this guy was born 6 months before our first game came out, so we got to make him suffer. We know his favorite's going to be
Raymond
the second
Conception.
one. Raymond Concepcion. I think it's definitely still my favorite of the original trilogy. And we'll get there's the robot's back. We'll get into more of that in the next game, Crash 3.
Oh, there's Europe.
Yeah, there's Europe. But for now, once the credits end, I think we'll sign off.
Why was this game your favorite? Just because...
Look, again, it's stuff I need to go into more in Crash 3, but I just find the level design in this game far more interesting and intricate than in Crash 3. It's not that I hate Crash 3's vehicle segments, because I really don't. I know a lot of people do, but I find them fine and fun in a lot of places. I just think, well, I think it's especially because I like to complete the games every time I play them, and this game is far more interesting to complete than the third game is. Because this game, you gotta learn how to get all the boxes in every level and the exact routes to take. And oh, I got this in this level, that means I can go back and do this. And oh, this in this level unlocks a secret exit to this level. Whereas in Crash 3, there's very little of that. It's very much just the 100% in Crash 3 is basically just you want to play these levels twice. Gotta race through the levels to get a relic, and the relics are fun, and I don't hate the relics either, that's not my point. But anyway, we'll go into more of that in the next one. Naughty Dog, you sons of bitches.
Please, do not crunch your workers.
And also don't sponsor an evil maniac who wants to brainwash everyone.
That is true. You guys put your logo on a
That is your own
death
fault.
machine that wanted to enslave everybody.
Alright, that'll do us while we're on the title screen. Thanks for watching, guys. We're gonna see you next time for Crash Bandicoot 3 Warped. It'll be a fun one. Alright.
Hopefully I won't have to warp the aspect ratio too much
Oh!
in the recording software.
Oh my god! He made jokes!
I did.
And that's where we end it.